During our evolution, we used to hit the ground like this, with our feet. Now, we hit it like this. Why? Because of shoes. Now let me start by saying this, or giving you some sort of example. If you wear a cast on your arm, you break your arm, you go to the hospital, they give you a cast so that the bone can heal. And then 3 weeks later you take that off. You're gonna feel like your arm is really weak in comparison to the other arm, except if you've broken both, then you have nothing to compare to really. Now, a shoe is like a cast for your foot. So imagine how many muscles there are that you're not working, how many bones you've changed. I mean, let's take the big toe as an example. If this is your foot, your big toe, and this is, let's say your big toe is over here. Your big toe is probably looking like this. It goes in. Why? Because your shoe looks like this, or like this. It should actually be going like this, in the same direction that the inside of your foot is going. And if you look at countries where they don't wear shoes, they only wear sandals, their toes look like that. They have a big gap in between their big toe and the other toe. That's, beside the big toe. You know what I mean. We don't have any names for those toes, though, well. Now, that's the first problem. You're wearing a cast. The second problem is, look at how your foot is hitting the ground. And as I mentioned earlier, if you walk barefoot, and let's say this is your ankle, you're gonna, let me try to illustrate, you're gonna hit the ground like this, and let's say your ankle is straight over there. No, you know what, let me do it like this. Let's say this is your ankle. It's gonna be hitting the ground in a straight manner. Now if you wear a shoe, it's gonna hit the ground like this, at a certain angle, if your heel is elevated. Now what's the problem? Obviously, the force transfer is gonna get messed up. And that's why you see that runners who use very thick shoes get knee and hip problems, while people who transition to barefoot shoes or running barefoot get foot problems, because you're trying to use a damaged foot to do what it's supposed to do. You can't do that. You have to work up to it slowly, because all your stabilizing muscles are just fried. And so the point here is that if you wear shoes, and usually your heel is going to be elevated because, look at modern shoes. The force transfer to your knees, to your hips, to your spine, and even to your neck is going to be bad, and it's going to affect your posture severely in some cases. Now what's the alternative? During the summer you should walk barefoot. And now don't tell me, oh, it hurts. That's because you haven't desensitized your nerves. Go out, find some, what's it called? Not start with tarmac. That's what they call it in Australia, I think. Start with tarmac. And then go to, a forest or something, and start to slowly build up your tolerance so that you can walk barefoot during the summer, because then you're also getting grounding benefits. And if you don't know what grounding is, watch my top 5 health tips, or 5 health tips I think it's called, where I go over that. But essentially, the electric field from the earth is beneficial to us, and we only access it when we're in contact with the earth. Especially when the sun has shined on the earth. You get charged, you get a negative charge instead of a positive charge, and a positive charge is inflammation. So you're counteracting a lot of inflammation if you're grounding. And you'll feel that if you sit on the computer for a long amount of time and you get a headache, that will go away much faster if you ground. Because the problem is, electromagnetism, and the earth will fix that for you. That's how it works. Now, if you really don't want to, we can smoothly change topic into this thing. Now, this is a winter shoe, but there are alternatives for the summer. I wouldn't recommend, this is a Vibram 5 fingers for the winter, but there are summer versions that are lighter. The problem is they make your foot really sweaty, so I made the mistake of buying a Vibram 5 Fingers KSO Evo, which is, you know, very thin, much thinner than this, and it stinks. So what I'm going to do when next summer comes around is I'm going to buy the Xero shoes sandals that are open over here. You know, they've got the stripy thingies that go over your foot like this, and then they've got a really thin sandal thingy down here, sole I should say. That's what I'm gonna buy, because then you get protection if you don't want to think about where you're going, because, you know, I walk barefoot during the summer, but you have to keep track of where you're going, because it's not a forest that has been untouched, it's tarmac. There could be bad things over there, but honestly, I've walked barefoot a lot and nothing has happened, so you don't even have to worry about that. And of course, what you just saw was the winter alternative. Let me just bring it up again. You see here, there's no heel raise. It's as high over here as it is over here. And look at the toe box. Doesn't your foot look like this? Shouldn't all shoes look like this? Yes, they should. So get one of these. And the grip is amazing. And they're really comfortable, because I mean, it's a glove for your feet. So get that. And that model is the Vibram 5 Fingers Trek Ascent Insulated. Yeah. Now, this really isn't a very complicated topic. You basically know everything that you need to know. It's much better to do things in a barefoot manner than wearing modern shoes. And if you want to wear modern shoes because of the climate, like I do, there are very good alternatives. There are companies that take your anatomy into consideration. And so for injury prevention, for more excellent health, for higher jumping, for faster running speed, for more comfortable walking, go barefoot. And that's it. Over and out for now.